Hello and welcome back to Curb Stomp City and another episode of ECW Lives on TEW 2016. And today it is ECW Hardcore Heaven 2002. If you haven't seen the build-up or today's earlier episode, make sure you go to the description or click the card in the corner. The episode from earlier today was the Revolt before ECW Hardcore Heaven, and now this episode is the pay-per-view. So make sure you go back. Once you've done that, without any further ado, let's get into the show. So we start the show with a 10-man battle royal. It contains 9 developmental wrestlers and Hiroshi Tanahashi, who's just been called up. Danny Havoc picks up the victory. To make up the final 4 were Hiroshi Tanahashi, Yoshinari Ogawa and Chris Hero. And Hiroshi Tanahashi was actually second, and Chris Hero got the most eliminations over the course of the match. And yeah, this got a 43D, just to get the crowd going, and just to give a spotlight to some of the developmental wrestlers, including the ECW Academy champion Danny Havoc, who gets the win today. And Yoshinari Ogawa is improving in performance skills, and Austin Aries is improving in rumble skills. Let's get into the pay-per-view itself. And to start the show in a number 1 contendership match for the ECW Tag Team Championship, a 4-way tag team match. And it is the Motor City Machine Guns taking on Kenta and Steen, Low-Ki and Sabu, and Taka and Sting. So we're going to try out 2 new teams in this one. And picking up the win is Taka and Sting. And they will go on to face the winner of tonight's tag team title match at the next pay-per-view. And yeah, it should be an interesting team, I think. And it should help Taka get over. And I think he deserves it after his performance in the main event last week. Kenta and Steen have great chemistry teaming together. Low-Ki and Sabu have 0 chemistry, so we'll not do that again. And Taka and Sting have absolutely 0 chemistry. Oh, no. That's fine. It can be a one-off. It's worth a try. The match got the show off to a strong start anyway, and it got the crowd hotter. And then we go into the Tag Team Championship match. And the winner of this will take on Taka Michinoku and Sting. And it is Abyss and Vampiro teaming for the first time together. And they're taking on the Chain Gang, the Tag Team Champions. And the Blackout, the team of Abyss and Vampiro, have managed to pick up the victory in 10 minutes 07 when Abyss defeated Jay Briscoe by pinfall with a Black Hole Slam. And they are the new ECW World Tag Team Champions. And it looks like the crowd don't like Abyss at the minute. Abyss was the weak link struggling to keep up with everyone else. So maybe once his performances start improving, that'll change. We're going to have to see. Hopefully that is dynamic. I can't remember if it is. I haven't played in a while. Let me know in the comments if Abyss can change the fans' mind. Hopefully he can. But yeah. Vampiro gets a 66. Abyss gets a 32. Jay Briscoe with a 52. And John Cena with a 44. 57C minus overall. And then we go to the ECW World Junior Heavyweight Championship match between Prince Devitt defending against Dragon Kid. And Prince Devitt has defeated Dragon Kid in 15 minutes 20 by pinfall with a Bloody Sunday. Prince Devitt makes defense number 1 of his ECW World Junior Heavyweight title. It just feels too early to take the belt off him. Dragon Kid isn't quite ready, I don't think. And yeah, I think it's the right decision to keep the belt on the Prince. And he gets a 60 and Dragon Kid gets a 56 and 65C overall. So the match rating's higher than their individual performance. So that's good. And then we go to a video return of the great Muta tonight. And that got a 72B minus based on his acting. So good stuff from him. Let's continue. And then we go to the CM Punk Open Challenge. I forgot to put a promo in, but we're just going to go with it. CM Punk comes out and he says, I hear there's an international superstar that management have found for me. Week after week, I'm batting them out of the park. And this week will be no different. Let's find out who CM Punk will be facing tonight. And it is Bryan Danielson, making his second appearance, at least since his return anyway. Yeah, he's taking on CM Punk tonight for the television title. He backed up AJ on Revolt alongside Prince Devitt to show his allegiance, and potentially all 3 of them could leave with the championship, but unfortunately for Bryan Danielson, that isn't the case. And CM Punk has walked away with his ECW World Television title and made defense number 5. And CM Punk had a 74 and Bryan Danielson had a 58, and the Punk versus Wrestling storyline has started with this segment and it's got a 72 B-. And Bryan Danielson is improving in Rumble skills, which is good to see. And yes, solid match from these two. I've only just registered how high that is. That's really good. I'll take it. And then we go into the return of the great Muta, and he will be taking on Rob Van Dam. I've got a couple of lone appearances left for Rob Van Dam, so I may as well use one here to showcase the great Muta. And he has picked up the win over RVD in 10 minutes 20 by pinfall. As planned, this match brought the fans down a little bit just before we get to the 2 main events. And yeah, great Muta got a 58. Rob Van Dam with a 69. Good stuff from him. Perhaps expecting more from Muta, but hopefully with a bit of momentum going forward, he can pick up his performances. And 64C for that match. And we're also just going to change the great Muta's gimmick from old school face to lunatic. So let's see how that goes. And he's got an average so far. That's fine. And then we go to, surprisingly, the ECW Championship match before the main event of Goldberg versus Samoa Joe. 2 reasons. Firstly, the result of this match, which I'll get into in a second. And secondly, it's to get a bit of heat on Goldberg for taking people's spots. So yeah, it's a couple of reasons. So, in the match, the 15-minute time limit, only Minoru Tanaka can use weapons. He's dominating. AJ Styles is taking a beating. Towards the end of the match, we hit the 10-minute mark. AJ starts to make a comeback. He shows his wrestling ability. Phenomenal forearm. Styles clash. Out of nowhere, from the crowd, a man with a hood runs at AJ and hits him with a huge gore straight through the middle of AJ Styles, laying him out in the middle of the ring. 1 minute left to go. Minoru Tanaka realizes what's just happened, and he's noticed Rhino stood over the top of him, and he doesn't take his eyes off him. He crawls over to AJ Styles. 1, 2, 3, still looking at Rhino. Minoru Tanaka has retained the ECW World Heavyweight Championship. Rhino has returned to cost AJ Styles and help Minoru Tanaka retain the ECW World Heavyweight Championship. What does this mean? Why has Rhino done this? We'll find out soon, won't we? So yeah, 62C though. Not great. It's time to bring him back. He's been fired by Heyman, and surely is he on Minoru Tanaka's side? But we will find out going forward. And Paul Heyman did some good work at ringside. The announcer lifted the match. The match got the crowd hotter. 67 for Tanaka and 48 from AJ. Now, the finish for this, AJ, up until last night, was winning the title today. And I think I've made the right decision because he's only got a 48. And yeah, AJ was going to win. I've changed my mind. Rhino was going to cost Tanaka, but I'm going with something else instead. As I say, we'll get into that later on. And after the match, before we get into the main event, Minoru Tanaka does not take his eyes off Rhino for the cover. And Joey Styles says, "What is Rhino doing here? He cost AJ Styles the ECW Championship." And then Tanaka and Heyman slowly exit up the ramp, keeping eye contact with Rhino. And Don West says, after everything Tanaka and Heyman have put Rhino through, why has he done this? And Joey Styles says, "Your guess is as good as mine, Don." And Rhino is left in the ring over a fallen AJ Styles. And Minoru Tanaka came across well. Heyman underperformed. The Styles rising storyline has advanced to this segment. Much better there, 78B. That kind of makes up for the match. An angle involving Rhino getting a good result there. Yeah, let's go forward to the main event where, in an exceptional match, Samoa Joe has defeated Goldberg in 9 minutes 33 when Samoa Joe escaped the cage. And Goldberg sustained a retracted index finger. Ow, what does that mean? Sounds painful. Hopefully he's not out for too long. The match suffered because there was not enough selling. It's probably because Goldberg is furious about this loss, by the way. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but he did not want to lose. Even when he's being kept strong, he was furious. So we're going to see. I don't actually think the lack of selling is because of that. It's just because he's not very good at it. But yeah, the match fell apart a little bit at times due to lack of psychology as well. So yeah, a 92 in-ring performance from Goldberg though, an 80 from Samoa Joe, and the Who's Now storyline has advanced with this segment. The 77B, I don't really understand that. 92 and 80. So that, I'm guessing that really does affect it, is psychology and selling. Perhaps a problem with the mod. But yeah, still a good rating though, 77B, don't get me wrong. Let's keep going though. And Goldberg has sustained a retracted finger in this match, as we said before. And the show ends with a 75B minus. And this show has increased our popularity in 32 regions. So here we go. Got a news report on the injury of Bill Goldberg. Goldberg is reported to have sustained a retracted index finger while wrestling tonight. Initial reports are sketchy, but it is believed that he is not taking time off and will work through the pain. So go on, Bill. So nothing dramatic has happened over making him lose. And we've got a 0.44 pay-per-view buy rate. Let's see how that compares to previous ones. And it is the highest sold pay-per-view we've ever had with a 0.44. Previously it was 0.36. So obviously the Satanta Sport deal has helped with that. In terms of the event, it's actually joint 9th, which is good. So let's just check Goldberg's morale before we go, because he didn't want to lose, and I'm guessing he's not happy. Yeah, he's annoyed. Should we give him a bonus? I think we should. I think it's only fair. We'll give him a reasonable sized one. 15 grand, Bill. He's normal morale, take it. Samoa Joe has gone over Goldberg, and all is well in the world, and he hasn't resigned. And if you're excited to see where the story's going to take us, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe for more TEW 2016 and general wrestling content. And until next time, peace.